everyone, Arlene here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. I'm so glad y'all have come back to join me again. This is the start of episode 2 in my Organizing of My Craft Supplies series. And as you saw in yesterday's video, I started organizing my craft supplies that I have stored in the garage. I keep about 3 or 4 shelves of country accent pieces out there because I do make a lot of wreaths and I do switch out my decor a good bit, and I like to have things where I can get to them pretty easily. I have bad knees. I don't go up and down stairs very easily. I can do it, but it takes me a little while. So all of my other decor that I have to store in big bins are down in the basement. I did want to mention, I said yesterday that I have all my fall bins and all my Christmas bins in the basement. As well, I have a couple of Easter bins down there and a couple of patriotic bins down there too. So I do switch out a little bit more for those couple of seasons or holidays. So, all right, I'm fixing to get behind the camera again and start trucking some back and forth between the kitchen, which is where I work, and the garage. And I will start more organizing, more purging, more, piling up things to possibly give away to Goodwill. So off we go on episode 2. Be right back. I just spent about the last 10 minutes walking back and forth from my garage. Let me show you, as a matter of fact, what I'm doing here. I worked on those yesterday in episode 1, and I just cleaned off all of those shelves. This is the burlap ribbon from yesterday. I did that yesterday. I still have some lanterns up there and another basket, and these are empty just in case I need them. And there's some other things up there that I think I'm going to purge. Those baskets are empty. Obviously I need to get the Christmas wreaths downstairs. I brought in all of these baskets, and as you can see, I've got a bunch of stuff to go through. I'm not even quite sure what all I have here, but we'll discover it together. Lots of candles, obviously. Burlap. Accent pieces. So I'm going to set this camera up on my little easel here and get to work. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm going to start out with this big basket of burlap. And while I'm going here, I might as well tell you, I mostly make my burlap wreaths in a looping fashion. And so therefore, I like to use the long 14 or 15 inch burlap. So that is mostly what I'll have in here, I would imagine. I did make a mistake and I ordered some, I think this is 9 inches, but I made myself a little wreath with that. Anyway, so I'm going to keep that. This is a grab bag that my dear friend gave me. Look, more pipe cleaners. And this size burlap, that's kind of in between the two, so I certainly can use that. So we'll purge a little bit of that. Yes. Well, look, a little deco mesh in here. That goes out with the deco mesh. And this, I don't know why this is in here, but this is a bow that I had out on the mailbox at one point. So that's got to go back out and go into one of the mailbox bins. So that goes outside. I found this burlap at Walmart last year for $7.98. I think I paid $7.98 for it too. And I've made a couple of wreaths with this. I have some with pine cones, and I have then a smaller version of that too. This is 12 feet, 10.5 inches by 12 feet. And then I have some with snowflakes on it too. I think I used all the longer burlap from that though. So that's what I have left over with my burlap. So as you can see, I'm going to be making my cream and green St. Patty's Day wreath coming up pretty quick here. After I get this little series finished, I'll work on that wreath. So I'm going to put all this back in this. There is my burlap basket. Nicely organized and cleaned out, so I know exactly what I have. Okay, where to start next? Might as well just go in a line. Let's see, what do I have here? Dining room lantern. Obviously, this is a basket that I had earmarked for supplies to be used just for the living room and dining room. And I did label these, so go me. Here's a bow that I made out of this silvery ribbon, and I never used it. I was going to use it on the top of a lantern, but I never did. But I'll keep that in this bin. Let's see. Oh, I made a littler one too. Here's another bow. That I'm going to put out in my flower basket along with these. I'm going to cut them down though a little bit first. I had that basket all ready to receive stuff for the living room, dining room. Let me just throw it in there, and that's how I got into trouble with all of this stuff and how everything got so disorganized, because I've just been sticking stuff in baskets for several months now. All right, what else do I have in here? I can tell by looking at this. This once went in lantern decor in my living room. But see, I knew I had different stuff in here. That sure wouldn't go in there. Why is that in the bottom of this basket? Look, I've got some butterflies too. Why are they in here? Now they could go out there. Here's some more lamb's ears. Go ahead and cut them down too, and I'll take them out to the flower basket. They have not been earmarked for anything yet, so I'm not going to put them back in this dining room lantern. All right. I sure didn't have much around that lantern, did I? It's our last name initial, so I don't know why that's in here. All right, so there we go. I am going to put these same things back in this. But as far as the ribbon that is still on a bolt here, that will go in the ribbon bin that I just fixed up yesterday. If you hear noise in the background, my husband Chris is working on installing a outdoor awning for us today, and I'm standing in my kitchen and right outside the kitchen windows. We're putting an awning up to help cool things off out there in the summertime, because the summers in Virginia are extremely hot and humid. We need something to cut that sun back there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this bin over here because I can see that it has some green accent pieces in it and other things. So I obviously need to organize this. of this green polka dotted ribbon that will go outside, and more burlap ribbon. It's everywhere. Those will go out in their correct baskets. So set this stuff over here. And I've got some shells. I'm going to get a Ziploc bag. I'm not going to get rid of those because I could really put those into a summery wreath. Let me get a Ziploc bag. Now I'm not sure that I want to put those back into a basket where I would be placing green decor or green accent pieces. As most of you who follow me know, my living room and dining room accent colors are kind of this real pretty seafoamy green, gray, khaki, cream, very light, very airy colors. And therefore I have like two different types of decor, both in the country vein. I have in this area of the house, the kitchen, the family room, the kitchen eating area. All this area is done in your more traditional burgundies and golds and greens and blues. But the living room and dining room that are separated by the staircase are more the lighter and airier colors, more kind of cottagey country. But anyway, I think you'll see, I'm going to put a link to my video home tour, so if you guys want to take a tour around here, you'll know better what I'm talking about. So here are some more green accent pieces. This one I have been meaning to pull in here and put up. I love you, a bushel and a peck and a hug around the neck. That's my cousins and family. I think I'll wait till more summery decor goes up to put those out though. But they can go in here, and these are just metal-y balls that I use to anchor corners of my lantern decors. There's a playlist for lanterns in my channel here, so I'll put those in there. These are kind of sparkly, but I would tend to use that type of thing in there more than I would in this area of the house. So, and I do think I'll put the butterflies back in here because I would tend to use those out there too. And let me, all I need to do is just take a green bird out of here. He could be an accent piece to something in there. The rest of this I'll leave in this part. I really don't see, let me see here. What else do I have? Oh, here's a quilt. I have a basket out in my family room that can go into. Here are some placemats in the green color and cream. Those can go in here too. I might like to use some of those out. I use quilted placemats like this for doilies on my tables or for in baskets underneath the decor. This is my tablecloth that's currently sitting on my dining room table. I got an extra placemat that can go in here too. Let's see. This aside, set it aside, both of these, and if I come across any other accent pieces, I will, like these two butterflies, add them to this basket as I go through things. So let me move these over here and pull this over. Okay, this, I know what this is. This is a basket that I keep extra lantern decor in. And for instance, I have 4 of these flowers, pink and cream flowers in here, and I used it for my Easter lantern in my living room. Last year, So that should really go in there, but since I know what this is, I'm going to go ahead and keep it in this basket because I'll know to look for lantern decor in this basket. So I'm going to keep these in there. That will go with my Easter lantern decor. This obviously went in my living room around a lantern. This is a bag of red and white pip berries. That goes around this lantern here in the kitchen. And there's an Easter pipberry kind of, that's a garland. And that goes with these for Easter. And this is for my kitchens, along with these birds, lantern decor. So I know all of these pieces, and these Gerber daisies also go with the pink. All of these pieces go with lanterns. So now I'm not sure why I have all these wooden letters in here, because, or these heavy wrought iron pieces. Not sure what they're doing in here. I'll set those aside and they will go in another bin. There's a family sign. Sometimes we'll stick a sign on one side of the lantern, so I'm going to leave these birds and the signs in here if they have kind of a low profile and you can see the candle up in the toward the back. Oh look, I never took the tag off of that. Isn't that lovely? I paid $17.99. No, wait, I didn't. I paid half that for this basket. Obviously, my accent pieces were growing and I didn't have any baskets, so I went and purchased some, which I normally do about every other week from Hobby Lobby. They go on sale for 50% off, and I'll go in there, and if I think I am going to need a few baskets for this type of thing, I'll go in there and purchase a basket or two. All right. My goodness. I know all of these do not work, and some of them are extremely old. So, but old doesn't mean I get rid of them. Pretty gold candle. This one though, see, this is one I'll get rid of. Obviously it got really hot out there one day. I'll tell you what too, I would not suggest that you guys keep candles in a garage necessarily. The reason I can is because our garage is insulated. So when it gets, obviously this candle was in there before the garage was insulated. My husband insulated the garage doors. We have 9-foot garage doors, and he insulated those. And that really helps, really helps to hold the heat in the wintertime and the heat out in the summertime. So I would not recommend keeping candles that might melt out in your garage if it's not insulated. So anyway, I'm getting rid of this, obviously. And these are all battery operated, and I don't have that many of these now. Some of these have timers on them, some of them don't with them, came with timers with them. Whoops, oh my gracious. Now that's a little old. I don't think I'm gonna keep that. Well, yeah, I will. It's holding together. I don't know whether it'll work. Look, it works too. All right, I'm keeping it. I have a hard time, honestly, throwing things away. Well, then again, not sure I can fit everything in this little basket. No, don't think I can. All right, so let's, I usually tend to keep all candles in one place for all seasons. And plus I use burgundy candles throughout the year. It's a really old one there. That is ancient. And it's supposed to smell like a cake, and it does still. Boy, I need to put that somewhere. There we go. That'll fit in there. Empty basket. Yay! All right, so there we go with my candles. They're all done. Let me move them out of the way. I'll tell you the truth, you guys, I usually keep my linens in my linen closet. I'm not sure why all these got put out there. So I'm going to take, and I keep, my linen closet is in off of our master bathroom. So I'm going to put all of this stuff back in the linen closet. So that frees up another basket right there. I'm not sure why I left that out there. I don't like leaving linens. I just feel like it could get critters crawling into the folds, and I don't want to have a surprise of a spider or something when I go to open up a tablecloth or something. The linen closet along with that too. That's one of my summer table runners. I have placemats to go on all the family room tables and one like this to go here on this island. I changed out my table doilies and whatnot a good bit. So let's see. I'm going to utilize this for all these accent pieces that I've just kind of sat out, like my little owls, and these will go probably on a wreath. You know what, let me see. I have another one over here in this empty basket. This is actually a plate and silverware holder I got from Hobby Lobby for half price. Extra basket. And here's these shells. That goes back outside. Move these out of the way. Pull all this stuff over here so I can reach it and see how I can get myself organized. Okay, let's see. Obviously that's an old Longaberger basket. Vintage 1992 on that puppy. Vintage 1996 on that one. I'm just gonna leave this stuff in them because I can just use that as a nice base if I go to make a little arrangement. Okay, so that's what's there. And here's more pictures and stars and burgundy stars, more stars. I think I will utilize this because I have another one of these. I think I will kind of go with my original idea here and utilize this little thing for smaller items. Got a star pick. Together. Remember in my shopping trip the other day, you might wonder why I didn't pick up any of those little wooden plaques that we saw on that kiosk, because nice matters. I'm a big believer in that. Obviously, I have 2 of these. I will also put these in my centerpieces or on shelves, and I switch things out a good bit in here. So I like to have a little stash in there. Little pillow, love. Fleur-de-lis. Love me some fleur-de-lis. Start and end the family. Alrighty. See what treasures await us in here. Oh my gracious.
to go on a
candle holder that I got from a country store years and years ago. And it is quite pretty. I just don't have it out right now, but I do want to keep it. I don't want to get rid of it. So it will stay in here. And these are just spool candles that I periodically put out in different places. So they will stay in here too. I love the glow of these little silicone candles. That's what they're called, silicone candles. They glow so nice and soft. You know what I sometimes use these for? Toothpick holders here in my kitchen. Just for something prettier to put toothpicks in. I'll show you what I have them in right now. I have them in there right now. But that's why I'll keep those, because they make nice little toothpick holders for different times. Some of the silly things I come up with, huh? Full of a little bit of larger, can go in there. Larger, more bulky ones. I'm just going to leave that as is. And that does it for those shelves in the garage. Here I am in the garage, and things are starting to look up out here. I carried all of my baskets back out and arranged them on the shelves. And I actually have a tiny bit more room. And all of those baskets up there are empty and cleaned out. The Chevron ones I bought last week, so they weren't full to begin with. But all the rest of them were, with little knickknacks and items. So I have everything arranged out here so that I can just come out and grab something. And they're arranged in a cohesive manner so that my brain will know where things are. All I have left to do in this area is to go through this deco mesh. I have really long ones and shorter ones. I need to go through that, see if I can purge or at least arrange that a little better. And then my flags. I need to go through all three of those drawers and see what I have in there. I don't even know what I have, you guys. So that will be episode 3, the deco mesh. And here's all my mailbox covers. And I think I will just leave them here. They kind of slide in nicely there. So I think I'm going to leave them right in there. But in episode 3, we'll go over the deco mesh, go through the deco mesh, my flags, and then these 2 bins in this bag and get all of that. That's where all of my mailbox signs are, in those bins. So that'll do it for episode 2. I was very productive again today. So I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.